Hello students. Previously we have learned about the graticular system and their uses for describing a location of a place on the surface of the earth. For describing a location of a place on the surface of the earth, we need to consider only one parallel and one meridian. For describing the extent of a region, we need to consider two parallels and two meridians of their extreme endpoint. And for describing the extent of linear features like rivers, roads, etc., we need to consider one parallel and one meridian of their originate point and one parallel and one meridian of their ending point. And as we know about this graticular system, there are 90 parallels in northern hemisphere, 90 parallels in southern hemisphere, including equator. There are 181 parallels on the surface of the earth, and at the interval of 1 degree, there are 179 meridians in the eastern hemisphere, 179 meridians in western hemisphere, including the 0 degree prime meridian and 180 degree meridian, that is known as international dateline. 360 meridians are there on the surface of the earth. Today we are going to learn some important parallels and important meridians. Let us see. And now take out your textbooks and turn page number 12. Let us get acquainted with some important parallels and meridians. Observe figure number 2.4, important circles. At first, we will see the motions of the earth, Earth's axial motion and Earth's orbital motion. First, we will see Earth's axial motion. Earth rotates on its tilted axis. Look at this Earth's axis. What is the Earth's axis? The imaginary line passes from North Pole to South Pole to the center of the Earth is called Earth's axis, and this axis is tilted by 23.5 degree. Earth rotates on this tilted axis from west to east. That means Earth rotates eastward from west to east, and this motion is called Earth's axial motion. To complete one rotation around this tilted axis, Earth takes 24 hours. And during these 24 hours, the part of the surface of the Earth faces to the Sun experiences daytime, and at the same time, the part of the surface of the Earth keeps far away from the Sun experiences nighttime. Now we will see Earth's orbital motion. What is Earth's orbital motion? Earth revolves around the Sun on its elliptical orbit. Look at this figure. This is the Sun, this is the Earth, and this is elliptical orbit or elliptical path. On this orbit or on this path, Earth revolves around the Sun. And to complete one revolution around the Sun, Earth takes 365.6 days. Is called 1 year. During 1 year, one can experience different type of seasons. And now let us come to the point. Let us get acquainted with some important parallels and meridians. See the figure 2.4, important circles. We will start from 0 degree equator. 0 degree parallel is called equator, and equator bisects earth into two parts. We have learned that previously. One is from equator to north pole is called northern hemisphere, and another one from equator to the south pole is called southern hemisphere. And as we know that earth rotates on its tilted axis and revolves around the sun on its elliptical path. And due to this earth's motion and spherical size of earth, sun rays falls on the surface of the earth unequal. During one revolution, when the sun's vertical rays or perpendicular rays falls over the equator, this occurs twice within a year, on 21st September and 21st March. On these days, the sun is exactly overhead on the equator at noon. On these days, all points on the surface of the earth receives 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of night. Such a day is called equinox. And now look at this parallel of 23 degree 30 minute north latitude. This parallel is located in the northern hemisphere and known as Tropic of Cancer. This parallel marks the furthest point towards north at which the sun can be seen directly overhead at noon. This occurs on 21st June within a year, when the sun reaches its vertical position over the Tropic of Cancer on about 21st June, which is the summer solstice for the northern hemisphere. The day of longest daylight for northern hemisphere occurs when sun's vertical rays are positioned over the Tropic of Cancer. Now look at this parallel of 23 degree 30 minute south latitude located in the southern hemisphere. This parallel of latitude is called Tropic of Capricorn. This parallel marks the furthest point towards south from the equator at which the sun can be seen directly overhead at noon. This occurs once within a year, when the sun reaches its vertical position over the Tropic of Capricorn on about 21st or 22nd December, which is the summer solstice for the southern hemisphere. The day of longest daylight for southern hemisphere occurs when sun's vertical rays are positioned over the Tropic of Capricorn. And thus we have noted that the parallel of 23 degree 30 minute north latitude, known as the Tropic of Cancer, and the parallel of 23 degree 30 minute south latitude is called Tropic of Capricorn, marks area of perpendicular sun rays. And now look at this parallel of 66 degree 30 minute north latitude located in the northern hemisphere is called Arctic Circle. Arctic Circle is one of the two polar circles. One is the Arctic Circle and another one is the Antarctic Circle. And Arctic Circle is one of the two polar circles that marks the latitude above which the sun does not set on the summer solstice. That means on 21st or 22nd June, sun is exactly overhead at Tropic of Cancer. Sun does not set at Arctic Circle. As seen from Arctic Circle, the sun is above the horizon for 24 continuous hours on summer solstice. And the sun does not rise on the winter solstice when the sun is exactly overhead at a Tropic of Capricorn on 21st December. The sun does not rise at the Arctic Circle. On this day, the sun is below the horizon for 24 continuous hours. And now look at this parallel of 66 degree 30 minute south latitude known as Antarctic Circle. Antarctic Circle is one of the two polar circles. One is Arctic Circle and another one is Antarctic Circle. Antarctic Circle is one of the two polar circles that marks the latitude above which the sun does not set on the summer solstice. That means when sun is exactly overhead at Tropic of Capricorn on 21st December. As seen from Antarctic Circle, the sun is above the horizon for 24 continuous hours on summer solstice in southern hemisphere. And the sun does not rise on the winter solstice at Antarctic Circle when the sun is exactly overhead at Tropic of Cancer on 21st June. The sun does not rise at Antarctic Circle on 21st June. The sun is below the horizon for 24 continuous hours. Thus, we have learned about these polar circles, Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. And now look at these parallels of 90 degree North Pole and 90 degree South Pole. These parallels appears as a point. At the North Pole, the sun rises once each year on a summer solstice in northern hemisphere and sets once each year on a summer solstice in a southern hemisphere or winter solstice in a northern hemisphere. Similarly, at the South Pole, the sun rises once each year on a summer solstice in a southern hemisphere and sets once each year on a summer solstice in a northern hemisphere or winter solstice in a southern hemisphere. Thus, we have noted that between Arctic Circle and North Pole and between Antarctic Circle and South Pole, the maximum duration of the sun's appearance in the sky can be for 6 months at the poles based on the season. During this period, the sun continues to move in a spiral on horizon. The area between Arctic Circle to North Pole experiences daytime continues for 6 months from summer solstice in a northern hemisphere to summer solstice in southern hemisphere. And at the same time, the area between Antarctic Circle to South Pole experiences night time for 6 months continuously. And the area between Antarctic Circle to South Pole experiences continuous daytime from summer solstice in southern hemisphere to summer solstice in northern hemisphere. At the same time, the area between Arctic Circle to North Pole experiences night time for 6 months continuously. This occurs due to Earth's inclined axis. We have seen in standard 5th that the Earth's axis is inclined. These important parallels arise because of its inclination of a 23 degree 30 minute. Due to the duration of intensity of sunlight, different temperature zones are formed on the Earth. These zones give rise to pressure belts. Variations in the intensity of sunlight leads to regional diversity in plant and animal life. Further, we will see this part. Now let us see some important meridians. Look at this 0 degree meridian or 0 degree longitude. The 0 degree longitude or prime meridian is an important meridian. The main purpose of this meridian is to fix the global standard time and coordinate the standard times of different countries. This meridian is also called as a Greenwich meridian. Global standard time is known as a GMT, that is a Greenwich Mean Time. And now see the meridian of 180 degree or 180 degree longitude lies exactly opposite side of 0 degree prime meridian. The 180 degree meridian is also important. The international date line is marked with reference to this meridian, 180 degree longitude. Thus, today we have seen the important parallels and important meridians.